There you go. Still talking about that line.
3 laps, about a mile and a half.
My name is Elizabeth Rodriguez. I'm an AS300, meaning you're between your junior year of college, and my future job that I'd like is a flight nurse. I've come to realize other close friends grew up differently. They had more opportunities than I did. My background is I grew up in a Hispanic family, so growing up we didn't have all the money. We didn't sometimes we'd struggle going house to house just to kind of make it through the day or make it to the month. Having to grow up so fast, taking care of my siblings. So I think having that compared to someone who grew up with both parents together and grew up with not struggling financially, I think that's something that you get to learn from one another. You learn to appreciate the little things that each individual has been able to experience.
My name is Janelle Yvongen. I'm an AS400, and I'm going to be an acquisitions manager in the Air Force. Growing up in an environment full of those ideals of just discipline, having a structured routine, respecting higher authority was what I grew up in, so I was very familiar with that.
My name is Amy Goodman. I'm an AS300 in the program, and my hope is to be an acquisitions officer in the Space Force. I did junior ROTC when I was in high school, so I had some exposure to it.
My name is Anessa Lamb. I am an AS300, and the job that I wish to get in the Air Force is an Office of Special Investigations Agent, or OSI is the acronym. I really enjoy being able to be around people who have the same goals as me and have the same ideologies as me, wanting to work hard and make something of themselves.
Being a woman, there's a lot of extra steps, even just getting ready, right? We're getting ready for the day. For example, after PT, males can just be okay, just change, just shower really quick, just change to my uniform really fast. We have to worry about doing our hair, and that's a challenge itself. But also, obviously, we have our menstrual cycles. So that's also very hard. When it comes to PT, you're not always feeling 100%. So just dealing with cramps, I think that's just been my own personal thing, having to still do physical training while my body's going through that.
Well, actually, when Donnie came to me, Lamb got hit. Smith. My silhouette looks
And the Johnson Center pull-up bar is where we fall in for PT. Once you leave one of these locations as directed by your AOC commander, you have 5 minutes to complete the task.
There's a chain of command, and there's people who have authority over you in your rank structure. I've personally experienced and seen other females experience that power goes a little overboard and it starts to step over that line, but you don't want to speak up because they're just going to shut you down even more.
They didn't really think I could do it because it is male-dominated. Don't you have to do push-ups? Can you do sit-ups? A lot of physical activity. They reacted can you actually achieve that? Can you do that? And I used that to fuel my career from the start to where I am now. So obviously it did me very well. Females can do anything physically demanding that a male can do, but it's not very recognized as such.
I think there's a lot of challenges for female airmen, and a lot of them stem from our male counterparts not understanding how strong we really are. I think looking at a pretty face makes you think that they can't do a lot of things that men can do. We had a lot of instances where the males would step up and they would pick who they wanted for their deputy, which is your second in command, who they wanted to do specific roles. And throughout the period of that day, not one female in my flight was picked for anything. And so we all were like, do they not think we're good enough? Like, we're all really smart. We have good ideas. Like, we're meant to be here. Our cadre sent us here, so we belong here.
It'll be on Channel 2, so Ian Williams will look out for that with the ISR.
When you're a very headstrong and dominant personality, you're perceived as rude or things like that. And when a male is dominant and strong, he's seen as such a great, strong leader.
Air Force Materials Command.
You're all right. You know what?
I knew that I was going to have to work 10 times harder than a guy was going to have to. And that's just something you go in knowing you're going to have to do. And if you realize that going into it, it makes it a lot easier. My whole journey of starting ROTC later and kind of having a one-shot deal to go to field training definitely made it difficult for me. I don't think it was necessarily harder because I was a woman, but I definitely had it in the back of my head, like, if I don't make it, is it because I'm a woman or is it because I didn't deserve it?
The first exercise of the day will be push-ups. This is a timed exercise we will perform for 1 minute. Position of the exercise, move. Time back ready.
I'm the physical fitness officer at the detachment, and I'm the first female who's gotten it in at least 5 years, and I'm in the role of something that a man usually does. And so I'm proud that I have that job, and I think I do a really good job at it. So I think that has earned a lot of respect from a lot of people because I'm the face that they see 3 times a week, and I'm not just a weak girl who's making excuses.
Ball out. Let's move quickly.
Putting women like in the spotlight more. Even now we have what you call a women's symposium. So we'll have female officers come in and the female cadets ask questions about whether it's military related or not, family related, how to balance life with military and how to just navigate life in the military as a woman. I think of my younger sister and I think of my older sister and my mom and my grandma. I think of all like the influential women I have in my family that I want to make proud. And that really helped me push through to the end. And in the end, they were some of the people I made the most proud.
Depend upon achieve space superiority. Good job.
I just carried in my life in defense.
It's definitely not the same military that my dad was in. And it's not going to be the same military that future generations are in, hopefully for the better.
The way that it is now is a lot better than the way it was 20 years ago. We still have to prove ourselves. When a man is handed a uniform, he doesn't have to prove himself as much as a woman does. And I don't know if that's going to change in the near future, but I do appreciate that they're trying to include women more and they do put them up for leadership positions. But I think a lot of it comes down to men growing up in environments where women are respected and they're your counterparts. They're not below you.
Males, especially when I was starting out, they would think that girls can't do push-ups, can't run, can't, last as long as the guys can. Me and the other 400s and upperclassmen, obviously, we just prove them wrong. We don't say anything because silence is the best course of action, right? So if you can show it through your actions and prove them wrong that way, I think it has a greater impact.